Can you imagine this world if none of us were different? If we were all the same? You don't have to be what someone else thinks you should be. You need to be who you are. Nova's Ark is a very unique facility, 10 acres in Brooklin, Ontario. It is a place where everyone can feel safe, no matter who they are. It is a place for 200 therapeutic animals. It is a place for college students who are learning various strategies to make a difference in their community. And it's an extremely important place, safe place for those individuals with varied abilities from the ages of 4 right up into their late 20s, early 30s, and then with seniors and others who just need a place to be.
My name is Trey Bailey, and I come from Port Perry, Ontario. I like all the animals, so my favorite animals are the guinea pigs. Marianne, she actually let me adopt a guinea pig. I also like all the people around here. They're in like a good, almost like an environment that helps everyone. All of like the mentors, facilitators, it's just nice to have them around.
Marianne is like one of the nicest people, I swear, on this planet. No offense to anyone, but she's so accepting and like I don't know how to explain it.
She helps me because she thinks out of the box.
It always goes back to a personal story. For myself, I was considered that poor Dutch immigrant who wasn't smart enough to put anything together. Didn't speak English when I started, had a lot of difficulties with reading and writing. I remember the bullying. I remember the teasing. And I remember that the only safe place I had was going into my parents' barn and sitting with the barn cat or the rabbit or the horse. And that kept me going. And as I got older, I became stronger in who I was because I had that confidence with the animals. And it was one of those that as I grew older, I wanted to become a teacher because I wanted to teach differently than I had been taught, because I had been hurt. And I believed that I had a right to an education. I love being a principal. I love my schools. I love the parents. I love working with teachers. It was all there. It was beautiful. And it was one of those where I never dreaded getting up in the morning and going. I enjoyed it. As I dabbled here with the Nova's Ark, I was receiving more and more phone calls about their children that needed to be someplace. And I wasn't here. I was spending 60 hours, sometimes more, a week in my school. And then about 6.5 years ago, and it was the decision at that point was, if I didn't really believe in Nova's Ark, then it was time to sell it, stay in the principal role, and get out. I couldn't do that. And as much as I love my school, I needed this. This was my safe place. This was my sanctuary. And there were so many others that needed this safe place. There will always be schools and principals, always. But there won't be another Nova's Ark. And so we took the plunge, and I gave 2 weeks' notice. I left on my birthday, and I've never looked back. This has become my school without brick walls. Next for Nova's Ark is creating more of me. I can't do it all anymore because we've just expanded into so many areas. It gives us the opportunity to expand with the alternative education program, but to do full circle now. Those volunteers who started with me have gone to college and university to become teachers and social service workers and therapists. Now where we can start to hire some of those people to become me. They're it. They understand my philosophy. They've lived it. They're the part of it. And they will keep the philosophy going.
Sometimes it does smell because there's so many animals, but it's definitely a second home for me.